Hi everybody, welcome to part 2 of our French RCIR menu number 1. As you can see, it's 20 after 10 at night, so of course the perfect time for breakfast. So I have here 2 cups with hot water. One we'll use for our tea, which is a nice tea bag. Oh, now I understand. And the other one is a cocoa drink. By the way, if I would have known how fast this stuff is consumed, I would have made it one video. But with the last one, with the UK video, it was deservedly 2 parts. But we'll see how this ends. Okay, and the final thing we have to give water to is this muesli. We have to add 125 milliliters. And then stir, and then keep for 5 minutes. I am not entirely sure if they want me to hold it for 5 minutes because it doesn't stand on its own. Okay, how much there? 200 in there. Okay, let's try it with that. Oh, this is chocolate milk. This seems interesting. We'll put that up against the mug or something. Because I'm really eager to try the chicken pate, because we don't have anything called pate. So I would be very interested to learn what a pate is. And first we'll open these biscuits. Okay, we have 2 of the cereals. Then we have 3 of the chocolate and 3 of the salty ones. So we'll get rid of all the sweets for a second and open the chicken pate, because I think this will go well on a salty biscuit. So, oh yeah, we have similar stuff to that. It's just called very differently. Here, as you can see, I put quite a large portion on it. Let's see how it tastes. It tastes quite well, and it's not too dense as you would imagine, because I imagine this being stuffed in there, but it's quite a nice loose assortment. Okay, now let's try our cocoa drink. That really tastes like real chocolate. That's fantastic. Okay, we are through that one. Let's just clean up a bit. Now let's try this bar, which I am not sure what it is. It's some sort of energy bar which has a pinkish color. It tastes like strawberry candy. Yeah, the best way to describe this would be strawberry candy. But I have to take another bite of this. This is so good. But let's move it out of the way for now. And now let's put our muesli in the bowl. As you can see, it has nicely reconstituted, and now is a pretty dense muesli. I'm sure it's gonna taste great, just as the rest of this ration. Again, muesli with real chocolate. When it comes to food, I'm now really prepared to trust the French with anything. Okay, now I think it's time to try our tea, but we'll add some sugar. I like my tea with a bit of sugar. Looks like regular tea. Yeah, it's a pretty plain black tea, English breakfast or something of the sort. The package didn't give me much information. It might have if my French was better. Now let's open one of the cereal biscuits. And we still have our strawberry jam, which we'll now carefully open and try to put on here. As you see, it's still in quite good condition, easy spreadable. Both the biscuit and the jam are very, very exquisite tasting. Again, not artificial at all, and just a hint of a flavor, not too much. And finally, we are gonna keep these 2 bars for the main and then the soup, but we are gonna try the chocolate biscuits finally from the breakfast portion. They are a bit harder to bite. Oh yeah, I know the taste. I mean, despite chocolate, but I know similar biscuits. Just a hint of chocolate again. The French are very good in subtle, it seems, when it comes to food. Let's take one more sip of the tea. For a tea bag tea, this is quite good. And now we'll drink one more sip of the chocolate milk. Fantastic. Okay, I'll see you next for the main, which is ostrich in cranberry sauce. Okay, we are finally ready for the so much talked about ostrich. And as always, we'll prepare it in a flameless ration heater or with a flameless ration heater. I prefer those from Adventure Menu. You just tear off this notch, have this little heating pad, put it down at the bottom, put your food down, and then you can use this bag to measure how much liquid you pour in, which is quite nice because it's always a problem with the fill line. Okay. Now we wait until we hear the sound of something almost exploding. Now. Yes, exactly. And a few minutes before it's ready, I'll put this tea, of which I don't know what it says, in, and we'll know what tea it is. So in about 10 minutes I can finally eat the so much talked about ostrich. Talk to you then. Okay, it's been 13 minutes. I've put in the tea And even though this is still making some noise, 13 minutes is usually more than enough. Of course, this is hottest. So great, because the last part was how I ruined part of my blanket here last time. Let's take our German Bundeswehr cutlery for one last time. No, not for one last time, we have the curry soup left. And here it seems we have some pasta. No, this is again quite sturdy. I think I ate ostrich once in my life when I was 9 years old, so 32 years ago, but I'm not sure. I don't think I followed through. Wasn't too much of an adventurer when it came to food as a kid. It tastes a lot like deer, so if you've ever eaten that, it's pretty much the same taste. Any game you would eat, it tastes like that. The noodles are nice, not too al dente, and you see here it's nice big pieces of meat. If you ever get the chance to buy the French Ration Menu #1 with the tuna and potatoes and the ostrich and cranberry, although I don't notice anything of cranberries, not even the slightest taste, and it did still say so on the box, I think. Yeah, it does say so. I have no idea. My jasmine tea should be ready too. And if you pay in the $30 to $40 mark for the whole pack, it's well worth it for the experience. That goes for most 24-hour rations. Shouldn't be much more than $40. A really well-defined taste, and it's not too much seasoning or anything. They let the meat itself do the work. Very, very nicely done. Now let's try our jasmine tea. As I correctly suspected, you don't need sugar for that. Okay, then we'll finally have the curry soup and the vanilla dessert, and then we are done with this ration. And of course the chocolate bar. See you in a bit. While editing, I noticed I forgot to eat the milky dessert and one of the bars, but I'll put it in before the soup because I say goodbye then. So here with the milky dessert, it's in like this, but here's the opening, and it didn't specify how to eat it. So like a pudding. Exactly like a pudding. I've never had pudding in a can. Would have been nicer some instant pudding where you get at least a nice amount of it, because with that you just get hungry for pudding and then you're done. But it's a nice, really, really great tasting vanilla pudding. And here's our final bar. It's one of the energy bars. Yeah, although this doesn't taste so hot compared to all the other great stuff in this menu. And I'm not sure, I just read apricots. It's a nougat and fruit bar, so that's correct now. But honestly, that isn't the best stuff I've had. Okay, and now for the soup. Okay, we are almost finished with our Tour de Force or Tour de France. 250 milliliters of water. And here we have our curry soup. Already has a very strong smell of curry, but I'll still put in some salt first, as I always salt my soups. Looks quite interesting. For an instant soup, I have to say this isn't bad at all. I expected much worse. It really mostly tastes like curry, but this is enough to sustain a soup, basically. And now, as a final meal or a final dish, but this is really the last time I'm not using plastic as an undercover, but my regular cover, which I now have to put in the washing machine and see what comes out. We have our, come on, our dark chocolate bar of 70% cacao. Chocolate looks fresh. I don't know about this one. This might be the only thing I don't like. You can buy these kinds of chocolates usually to cook with. They are too hard to bite and you just buy them as a cooking ingredient. But those are usually not for sale, and for regular consumption this is way too hard. Okay. As for my resume for the entire 24-hour RCIR ration, it was fantastic. Everything tasted great except for the final piece of chocolate, but the biscuits, the salty biscuits, the cereal, the chocolate biscuits, the chicken pate, everything was great. If you ever get the chance to try a French ration, just do it. Okay, if you liked the video, please give it a like. If you have some questions, please leave them in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do, to be informed about future videos. Have a great day. Bye bye.